and 23 years old, half Nigerian and half Malaysian. Culturally, both sides have very traditional values, especially around daughters living at home until marriage. My parents are both pastors.
Okay.
My whole life, my parents made me believe that I could only do certain things with a man. Things like traveling, staying out late, moving states, or even making big decisions. They firmly believe that daughters only leave the family home when they marry. But recently, something happened that completely changed everything. Sometimes, when your parents come to you with a kind of energy, give me a little bit, are you done? What I mean is that from a young age, you have to start letting your parents know, I'm not about that, in the most respectful and wise way.
Trust me, strict parents, they are being strict out of genuine. If you really study your strict parents, if you sit them down and ask them that, wait, why were you always strict? They will tell you that they were strict out of love.
Let me tell you the truth. It sounds like your parents are holding you back. Wherever it comes from, whether it comes from love, whether it comes from fear, either way, the consequence is they are holding her back. That is simply it. Which means now you must take
My
action.
thing is, it's so important to understand why you want to move out. You just don't move out without no plan. Why would you move out and you're still calling your mom to beg for money? Because you don't want to move out and then calling me out. Mom, they've taken off my light. Give me £20. I just want to charge my gas, or I want to charge my electricity.
Yes.
No, man.
Be cheeky and send this to your mom and dad right now. You will lose me if you continue misbehaving.
Some parents don't mind losing their
Can you imagine? Rubbish.
Some people, they are so used to you being quiet that even when you speak, they think that the devil has possessed you.
Yes, because they're not used to it. I'm a PK myself. I've grown up a pastor's kid, and I grew up in a very strict household. Honestly, we couldn't even hang out with school friends. To the point where, like, I used to lie about the after-school clubs I used to go to.
Wow.
Because I wanted to go to the cinema with my friends after school.
Do you know you're bailing yourself out?
Yes, as I should.
You're bailing yourself out.
My parents tell me, there's a time you're so gentle in school, so obedient. It's obedience. I was there.
So you're doing the maddest.
I lied! Because that's what happens when you are too strict on some of your children. I lied! Welcome back to another episode of World of Our Own podcast. I am your one and sometimes ever so chaotic host, Sam.
And I am Omoba Sef.
That's right, baby. If this is your first time here, you know the drill already. Well, actually, you might not know the drill because it's your first time here. Well, the drill is, guys, this is the #1 space on the internet where we have all things candid, unfiltered, amazing, vulnerable, raw conversation about all things live. That's right, baby. And for those of you guys who hang out with us all the time, welcome back.
Welcome back.
Welcome back. We're so happy to have you. Honestly, I think it's an honor that you guys choose us every other week to say, I'm going to hang out with Sam and Sev.
Yes.
Okay, guys, I'm really excited. Sev, do you know why I'm excited?
I know why.
Guys, it's going to be our first scenario episode of the year.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yes.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Guys, get comfortable. I don't know if you want to listen to this with your best friend or listen to it with a parent. You might want to listen to it with a parent. I can't lie to you. This is a very interesting scenario. Or whether you want to listen to it with a brother or sister, whoever you listen to it with, or whether you are on your own, we hope that you enjoy this episode. And I promise that it's going to be a blast. And the scenario is juicy, oozy, woosy, oozy, gooshy, oozy, amazing.
I didn't even know where you were going. All I just was hearing, oozy.
And my darling, thank you so much for your lovely scenario. Guys, let this be a reminder that please send your scenarios in. We want to know what's going on in your life because this podcast is about life and we want to do life with you. And one thing I want to let you guys know is at some point, maybe this year or maybe early next year, we are going to start taking you guys on board on our lives and what we do behind the scenes off the pod, off this yellow couch. Absolutely. So we want to know what's going on in your lives. Write into us. Let's talk. Let's gist. Let's talk about your life. Let's really unpack what's going on in your life.
Why not?
Let's put it on the internet. Let's have a hoo-ha. And this is such a safe and beautiful environment, guys. And that's what we always wanted this space to be, isn't it, Seth?
Yes.
And that's why we love
100%.
doing these scenarios. And usually what podcasts do is actually they do multiple scenarios in one episode. We don't do that here. We give our friends the space and the time, which means your scenario is going to get a whole episode because we unpack our scenarios from beginning to
the
end. We're going to touch base on every area of your life.
Yes.
Are you ready?
Yes.
Okay, let's get into this. So this is from one of our beloved female listeners. And it's Dear Sammy and Sev, let me first mention that I love you both so much, and as funny as the episodes can get, I learn a lot from them.
Wow. My heart is melting.
Sorry, no, you guys
My heart
gas
is
me.
melting.
I'd love your advice on something important, especially since both of you understand Nigerian culture and the weight of family expectations. I'm 23 years old, half Nigerian and half Malaysian. Can we just talk about that cocktail very quickly?
That is beautiful.
That is sexy as hell, child.
Although I know that I'm half Ivorian, half Nigerian.
Yeah, but this is
Malaysian
and Nigerian.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
Okay, culturally, both sides have very traditional values that we know, child. Especially around daughters living at home until marriage. My parents are both pastors.
Okay.
Fellow PK, I understand your struggle, baby.
Okay.
And
I mean, it's more related to you.
Same here. Same here. My parents are both pastors. I'm the firstborn daughter, the first granddaughter, and the only girl. I also only have one sibling and a younger brother. Oh, sorry. I also only have one sibling, which is a younger brother. So naturally, a lot of expectation and pressure has always been placed on me. My whole life, my parents made me believe that I could only do certain things with a man. Things like traveling, staying out late, moving states, living alone, or even making big decisions. As a result, I never really saw independence as something available to me unless I got married. They firmly believe that daughters only leave the family home when they marry. But recently, something happened that completely changed everything for me.
Okay.
My dad raised his hand to hit me.
Okay. It doesn't sound like they're based in Africa, though.
They're not. They're based in the Western world, I think.
Yeah. Okay.
23-year-old woman.
Sam.
What? Don't Sam me.
Sam, what do you mean?
My blood is already boiling. Don't Sam me. Anyway. My dad raised his hand to hit me.
Okay.
And this wasn't the first time. In my adult life alone, it's probably been the 15th to 20th time he has done it.
In her adulthood.
In her adult age. That moment made me realize that I cannot keep living like this. I can't remain in an environment where I'm constantly in survival mode and walking on eggshells. What hurt me even more is that when I finally decided I wanted to move out for my safety and peace, my mum didn't support me. She sided with my dad, told me to stay, and even tried to convince me that he was remorseful, which I genuinely don't believe was true. Instead of protecting me or standing up for me, she defended him and told me not to leave. All of this made me realize that I need to move out for my well-being. But I'm terrified about how to tell them. I know they will be deeply upset, maybe even offended, and possibly react in ways that make me feel guilty or responsible for their feelings. But I also know that staying is harmful for me. My question is, how and when should I tell my Nigerian parents that I'm moving out? And how do I frame it in a way that is respectful but still firm about my decision? Thank you.
I love her. You can see that she's mature, right?
Yes.
She doesn't sound like
a child.
Like a child.
Which some 23-year-olds are.
Which some people are. We can't. Not that we should mention names.
Yes.
We're not going to mention names.
But there's a lot of them out there. Even 30-year-olds.
30-year-old. There are kids. But I love the way she put it. Because we have to definitely commend her with the way her writing is actually beautiful, really. But one thing I will say, I wanted to be the advocate of both sides.
Don't do that. Why do you want to do that? Because you want to be good and pure and fair.
No. Because you need to be able to understand it from a different perspective. So
what do you understand from the parent side?
From the parent side of the worriness of the fact that this is my daughter. my first
But that I
child.
don't think that's what's going on in
No,
their
but that
heads.
is-
I don't think so. Because if
Sam-
you cared that much, why are you touching your child? Not even your child. Why are you touching your adult child? Why are you touching an adult? That's assault.
What?
I can report you to the police. Actually, if it's just because of the love and respect I have for you that I've not reported you to the police.
Sam,
Why you assaulted me? You didn't beat me. You assaulted me. That's what you did. Tell me I'm wrong.
Calm
Tell
down.
me right now I'm wrong.
Calm down.
Tell me right
calm
now
down.
I'm wrong.
Calm down, Mr. Policeman.
Yeah,
Calm
yeah,
down.
I am. In fact,
Calm down.
I'm a lawyer now.
Calm down.
I'm a lawyer. I'm a defense
Slow
lawyer.
down. Slow down.
You assaulted me. In fact, I can hit you back and say it's self-defense.
Sam,
Can I
where are you
not?
taking this to?
What do you mean? Am I lying? I'm not saying she should. Sev, I'm not saying she should. Let's not even go that far yet. Let's relax. Let's slow down.
down.
Let's slow down. I really want to take the scenario systematically.
One step
guys.
at a time.
Yes,
Let's
please.
go.
We'll
Let's
get
go.
there. First of all, Malaysian and Nigerian.
I love that.
I love it, boss. I feel a little bit sorry for you.
No. I would love to actually meet this girl.
Yeah, because she must be stunning.
she must be beautiful.
She must be beautiful.
super beautiful.
She must be absolutely
Malaysia.
gorgeous. However, on the same side of the coin, I also feel, my sister, I feel a little bit sorry for you. Honestly.
But Malaysia, Sam, what do you know about Malaysia?
They're strict as hell, just as much as Nigerians.
yes,
They
yes,
are.
yes,
They're so
yes,
into
yes.
their traditions,
But I
which
think
isn't a bad
Malaysia
thing.
is-
Nigerians are like that as well. But she has the best of both worlds, baby.
And Malaysia,
You got the best of the lottery, but everything in a lottery also has its disadvantages.
honestly.
And for you got two strict sides of Africa and one of the strictest sides of Asia.
Why not?
Really and truly.
Why not?
And honestly, I wouldn't say that's unfortunate because it is what it is, right?
You didn't clock the fact that both of our parents, they are pastors.
They're pastors,
Two straight countries, and they're also pastors.
which means they're what, Christian? Probably strict Christians as well.
I mean, it sounds like
She
it.
said she's the firstborn daughter, the first granddaughter, and the only girl, which means she's the blueprint. She's the example.
Yes,
which means her parents, probably her whole life, have been. Yes, she said it. My whole life, my parents made me believe that I could only do certain things with a man. Things like traveling, staying out late, moving states.
So she cannot do
living
that.
alone, or even making big decisions. Guys, I want to say something.
So
at
wait,
this
she
stage.
can't do that, or she can?
Yeah, it's been discouraged. She can't do that. They believe that she can only really have her independence once she's married. I want to say to our young viewers, this is what I want to say to our young viewers. It is very important from an early age. This is what I've learned. I could be wrong. In fact, my parents were serious and say, what kind of stupid, crazy advice are you giving to people? You have to start pushing the envelope, baby. You have to disobey a little bit. Just a little bit.
What
A
does that
little
mean?
bit. A little bit. What I mean is that from a young age, you have to start letting your parents know, I'm not about that, in the most respectful and wise way. And that's me saying it plainly. That's me saying it plainly. If I was to say it in a wise and sugar-coated way, I would say from an early age, you have to start behaving in a way that's a little bit cheeky. So your parents know that he doesn't really like this specific traditional belief that we like. Do you understand what I mean? If you start wanting to push back...
Is it like you're saying rebelling from...
I'm saying
slowly?
rebel slowly against certain things that you do not believe, against certain things that you know in your knowing and your wise knowing that doesn't make any logical sense. That this tradition is, because that's the thing with tradition. Our parents will try and enforce these traditions on us, and I think what it is that these traditions make them feel safe. Do you understand what I mean? Because it's the way that they have always lived their life. However, when parents start to realize that this child isn't technically taking liking to this specific tradition, they actually start to question the traditions as well as they grow up, because they realize this is the kind of child that I have. And that's why I feel like, I'm not saying outright, and that's why I said you have to be wise about it. You know, there are certain things you do as a kid, and that's what I'm saying, wisdom is better than sacrifice. Don't come and outrightly disobey your parents as a young person because, If you're Nigerian or Malaysian, you will face the wrath of your parents and you may not like it.
Yep.
So listen to, hear what I'm saying properly. You may not like it. But what I'm saying is be wise in how you do certain things as you're growing up. So make your parents believe that, mommy and daddy, it is not all your traditions that I subscribe to. They need to start understanding that when you're in your early 20s, when you're 18, when you start taking, I'm not talking about anyone under the age of 18. If you're under the age of 18, I beg, relax, chill, take your time.
She's 23
your
as well.
time, she's 23. Your time will come. But if you're of the age of 18, you just got to, I feel like even before, do you know what? Honestly, even before that, I feel like you just have to start doing certain things that make your parents understand that I do not subscribe to this way of living. Guys,
Ladies,
you guys already know what it is, okay? We are interrupting your viewing again to give you this very important PSA. If you are watching on Spotify, guys, you know what to do. Give us a 5-star review, baby, especially if you are enjoying this episode. Also, guys, we can comment on Spotify now. Join in the conversation and please give your 2 pence on this scenario.
Absolutely.
We want to hear what you disagree with, what you agree with, and also what other advice that you would give as well. Sev, if they're on YouTube, what should they do?
subscribe.
Subscribe, baby. Press that big fat red
I even
button.
gave the mic away.
Press that big fat red button and let us know how you feel.
And like.
And like as well. And
comment.
again, jump in those comments and make sure you share this episode. I don't think I have anything else to say.
Me too.
Should we let them get back into the episode?
Get back into it.
Enjoy.
One thing I would say to her herself is, look, you need to actually, I think she has actually make an attempt to actually leave at a point, but they pretty much convince her in a way to make
like
her
it.
stay.
Yeah.
I would say that, look, the way I went about it is I just...
So you can't, like, you just can't though. You can't.
I know.
Like,
Trust me, I know.
They're like
there's
very
somewhere,
different.
there's somewhere I'm going with this, right? It's the fact that, trust me, strict parent, right? They are being strict out of genuine love. I'm not. This is what I think. This is what I've actually seen. If you really study your strict parent, if you sit them down and ask them that way, why were you always strict? They will tell you that they were strict out of love, out of them actually caring. Then use that, the fact that you know that is what, if you really care about me as much as you say you do, I need to go and sort things out myself. Because me being around, okay, one thing I've noticed is, right, the way you communicate to your parent matters a lot. It's a key way of getting out of whatever you want to get out
Definitely.
of. Like, if you, not, I mean, we know that there are some parents that are so devilish, like very, very devilish, right? But if you have I don't know whether they are good parents, but I want to believe that they are good parents. And I'm saying this out of the aspect of them actually loving their daughter and caring for their daughter. That's the approach I'm coming from. Like, if you know that these people, they actually genuinely love you, but all of this is coming from the idea of, we care about our daughter, how we don't want our daughter out there, because some people are afraid of what they are seeing other daughters doing out there. I mean, I don't know if you've seen all these videos of guys saying that they don't even want to have daughters because of the madness they're seeing a lot of daughters doing out there. All of that is putting a lot of fears in some people's mind. Enough that they feel like the way to protect their daughter is by not giving them so much freedom. And that can backfire in many ways. So my thing is, you need to put them in a position whereby they can trust you enough to say, okay, you know what? Yeah.
What do you mean by that?
Okay, I love what you just asked me. Because it's two things. It's coming from the fact that they feel like my daughter, how will she survive them outside?
We don't know that.
But that's the thing, I'm giving you options. They don't know how you survive out there. They don't know how, this is literally you going out of their umbrella to go and face the real world.
So, sorry, before you continue. So it sounds like what you're saying is the foundation might be love, but the way it's manifesting is fear.
Yes.
Okay. Carry on.
That because the only aspect of things that I couldn't justify out of this, and it's not even that I'm trying to justify everything, is the fact that he raised his hand on his daughter. That part is not is foul. It doesn't make no sense. But in terms of parent in general, most of them, they hold you back because of out of love, but it comes out in a different way. Because of that's what they understand what love to be.
Yeah.
And
It's
then
overprotectiveness.
yes, some girls, they will have this kind of two parent and they would have fire for fire.
Yeah, she is, and they would
She's
have run away. They would have either done a madness. I mean, we don't really know her too tough. She could be.
It's the fact that I know what you're about
And
to
it's
say.
so crazy because I actually wonder what you're like, because I'm a PK myself. Right? I'm a PK myself. I've grown up a pastor's kid, and I grew up in a very strict household. Let me tell you the truth. The truth was, if you go to school, because my parents were full-time pastors, they didn't work. So I wasn't like one of those kids where once school's finished, you know your parents are still at work. So you can come home at 8 p.m., 7 p.m. and have fun with your friends after school.
Yeah.
It wasn't given that for us. For us, my mother waited at the door till we entered the house.
Wow.
And if you weren't home by a certain time, your phone will be belled. And if they find out you're at chicken and chip shop, my dad will beat us with belt. My dad will beat you. What do you mean chicken and chip shop? What's that?
So you've been through it.
What stupid chicken and chip shop are you going to after school? To the point where, like, I used to lie about the after school clubs I used to go to.
Wow.
Because I wanted to go to the cinema with my friends after school.
Oh,
Or go to the park, like, especially during summer.
do you know you're bailing yourself out?
Yes, as I should. Because my parents even need to know. They need to know that.
You're
'cause you know
bailing
what my
yourself out.
parents tell me? There's this time, you're so gentle in school. You were so nice, so obedient. Which obedience? I was there.
So you're doing the maddest.
I lied because that's what happens. Depending on the kind of child you have, that's what happens when you are too strict on some of your children. I lied. There was no space for honesty. I'm so sorry. Oh, I'm doing this after school. No. I'm good. Because the thing is, I never did drugs. I never drank. I obeyed those rules. But like, I want to play after school. That's a very normal thing. Do you understand what I mean?
For a
But
child.
obviously, I understand for them, it was like, they know that in this world, a lot of madness is happening.
Yep.
Do you understand what I mean? There
Yes.
are crazy things happening in this
Yes.
UK of London,
Yes.
in that
Yes.
America of the USA. Kids are doing a madness. They're introducing themselves to porn. They're introducing themselves to weed, to all different types of drugs.
And
I think-
stabbing.
and stabbing. And there's especially
This
during-
one that in the UK that they don't even, any small thing stab. Any small thing stab.
Exactly. Once school is done, home time. They didn't believe in parties, so we weren't allowed to go to parties. We weren't allowed to go to house parties. Honestly, we couldn't even hang out with school friends. Like, and I think that's what I'm saying. Like, I think there's a point. Do you understand what I mean? Like,
Okay.
if we were going, it wasn't until like year 10, year 11, where I was allowed, and I promise you, my household, I was afraid. To tell my parents I want to go out with my school friends.
Wow.
Because the questioning that you will get a whole interview before they say, okay, yeah, you can go. But you have to be back by this time. So I understand the strictness. I grew up in a pastor's home as well. And I think a big part of it also comes from, also these are generally faith-driven people, right? And faith-driven people also understand, I guess, quote unquote, if you're a Christian, you understand. If you're not a Christian, you may not understand this. The powers and principalities that exist in the world.
Yes.
And what they don't want is, they don't want those powers and principalities to affect their children.
Yes.
And what can happen is they can become overprotective and a bit too strict, in which when you're a young age, you don't really understand that. Do you understand what I
Absolutely.
mean? Or even when you get to
Absolutely.
your adult age, sometimes you never understood why were my parents so strict? Do you understand what I mean? That they want to protect their children. And also, I think the second thing is that as pastors, for them, I think shame is a very big thing. At the end of the day, they have a legacy, they have a title. You see yourself as someone of title, you see yourself as someone who is public facing and who is a public
Representing.
figure. Do you understand what I mean? Which means your family must be public figures too.
Yep.
And I know it's a lot of pressure. I know it's a lot of headache. I know it's a madness. I know it's insane. I know you didn't ask for the life that you have born into. I've been through
And it's both of your parents as
and
well.
it's both of your parents. I've been through all the narratives in my life. Like, God, why? Why this family? It doesn't even make sense. I've been through all the narratives. But the reason why I want to say all that is because when you know the kind of parents you have to develop a wisdom. I'm not saying out because you don't want war in the household. You just have to develop a wisdom to kind of start. I wouldn't say develop a practice of being dishonest with your parents. Here's what I will say. Early on, develop a practice of being honest with your parents. That's what I would say. And I think that's where
yes.
I think that's where I may have messed up.
And taking responsibility enough that they will be comfortable enough to let you go.
And trust you.
Yes.
Because what happens is the first time is a bit like, what kind of stupidity are you doing? The second time is like, oh, this child again. The third time is like, and then after the fourth, fifth time, the sixth time, they get used to it because you build trust. Do you understand what I mean?
Yeah.
Once you go out, you come back at a certain time. Once you go out, they know the friends that you're going out to see. Do you understand what I mean? And I would say early on, be very honest about your parents about what you don't understand about. This obviously doesn't apply for our lady here, but I think it applies in terms of, I think a lot of these issues and how strong and restrictive they are actually start from earlier on when we as children growing up aren't, I wouldn't say challenging our parents because again, these are Nigerian parents where we aren't pushing back ever so slightly. I think it's very important that we start pushing back. And I don't mean pushing back rebelliously, but pushing back in an honest way that, guys, I don't understand these traditions and this is what I'm thinking I'm going to do in this time.
Yes, I love that. And another thing is, I've realized is, some people, they get used to some certain, just in reference to what you said earlier, some people, they are so used to you being quiet that even when you speak, they think that the devil has possessed you.
Yes, because they're not used to it.
Because they're not used to it.
Yeah, they're not used to it.
So that make them question that, okay, wait, what came over this one?
Yeah.
You that we have
You've
always
never
known,
pushed back.
We've never seen you push back.
Yes,
we've
absolutely.
never seen you speak, raise your voice.
Yes.
Why now?
Yeah.
The devil is coming to attack our home. Oh yeah, we need to start praying. That's when prayer will begin.
Absolutely.
But then for this beautiful lady now, I want to know the kind of who she is as a lady. You know?
Okay.
It will make more sense to understand what behavior she has demonstrated, how she has communicated this with her parents matters a lot in terms of how, because if you're somebody that you raise, I mean, you're so quick to get angry and not that, you know, those kind of things that can aggravate somebody. If you're someone that your persona, the way you carry yourself, it's not in a way for them to actually trust you. They wouldn't trust you. Let's say that, they are talking to me. My daughter. Dad, you can't talk to me like that. You know that kind of thing. Dad, who are you? Hey.
Shall I tell you how I speak to my dad and how he gets annoyed? Try and be my dad. This is how I speak to my dad, and he hates it. I don't know if I'm allowed to dramatize this. The way I speak to my dad is as if I'm speaking to someone at work. And he gets so pissed off because he's like, all this English that you're coming to eat from me. He's just like, Sam, I will mess you up if you continue all this rubbish English that you use as if you're talking. And he even said, he's like, as if you're talking to me like I'm one of your mates at work. I said, hey, let me relax. Let me chill on the English.
Maybe that's the thing.
Let me chill on the English because try me, my dad.
Hello, Sam.
Sam, Dad, it don't work like that.
And you didn't get backhand. This is the problem. I cannot even take that. What do you mean?
I literally will be like, I'm like, Dad, I don't think you're applying wisdom to this situation. And that's my tone. I'm really relentless when I'm not happy. And my dad would look at me like, it's definitely not me. You're talking to me like that. The way that man has humbled me in this life. I'd be like, nah, I really don't take it easy. Especially if I feel like my person saying something that's just like, it's not adding up in my head. I know I'm really not the type of person to hide my emotions. So sometimes before I can apply the wisdom to be like, let me relax and give my point in a way that they will understand, my mouth is already gone. The thing is, let me say something right now. And this is even something I'm going to say at later on in the pod, yeah? We also need to hurry up. We spend a lot of time. Like, sometimes when your parents come to you at a certain age or at a certain age, thank you, when your parents come to you with a kind of energy, I must discipline you a little bit. Are you dumb? I was like, you want to show me pepper? You want to rain down your unreasonable expectations and traditions upon my life?
Unreasonable.
Yeah, some of them are unreasonable, Seth. Let's be honest. Some of them are unreasonable. You want to rain them down. In fact, you don't even want to be kind about it, and you don't even know that what you're saying is unreasonable. You want to come and fire it. I must show you a little bit of pepper. What are we not both adults here? I'm bad. God have mercy. I need to repent.
I'm glad you're the one figuring this out. I didn't even say anything.
No, do you know what it is, Seth? For me, if you come to me with a kind of energy, and the thing is, I'm actually very...
But the energy I brought just now...
You were calm.
I was calm.
My dad is not that calm.
Oh.
Promise. Actually, he is. It depends on how heated the conversation is, right? If a conversation is heated, my dad... that's a rough man. That's a very rough man. So when the conversation is a bit heated, he's not very nice. He's not horrible in the sense of using bad words. My dad never does that. We don't do that in my household. But very not nice in terms of tone and delivery, I would say. Do you understand what I mean? Even if what he's saying is just not adding up or making sense, right? And when it gets to those moments, I'm just looking at him like, Sam, if there can't be but two dragons here. So usually when he gets heated, I have to calm down because I'm like, it will turn into a whole different thing. And usually when he's a bit calmer, I will drag on a little bit. I will breathe a little bit of fire until he becomes a dragon. I say, let me relax.
So you're playing with his emotions.
I have to be humble a little bit.
You're playing with somebody's emotions.
Because if this man raises his hand, I'm a retaliator. And we can't get there. We can't get there. I'll probably move out of the house and you'll never see me again. I'm the kind of person I will hold it. I will punish you. What the heck? So in my head, I'm like, it can't get that far. Do you understand what I mean?
Yeah.
But no, I hear you. I think I need to chill. And maybe a lot of English people need to chill.
You don't need to chill. You need to pipe down all the way straight down. Like, you need to actually pipe. Go straight down. No?
It's not that what you're saying isn't valid. It's that you have, as an adult, as someone who, in your mind, you're someone who can create peace.
Let me say something. Let's say, for example, I work in a company. Let's say you are the CEO. Okay, let's put it this way. I'm the CEO of a company, right? And you work in my company. Would you talk to me the same way you speak to your father?
I don't like that question.
No.
I don't like the question.
No.
I don't like that question.
Because I'll fire you. You know, I'll fire you.
On the spot.
On the spot. On the spot. Like.
Because who you fighting? I pay your...
Bro,
salary.
You know what I'll do? Just to make it pay you properly. I'll fire you. I'll re-employ you the next day. And I'll now fire you again. See, you've not met some wicked people, huh? But that's the thing. I feel like there's some things that we only give to people that we love.
That's true. You're very right. I will say though, I do think, even reflecting now, it's familiarity as well. And I think actually a lot of the time familiarity is what it's how we shoot ourselves in the foot. Do you understand what I mean? And familiarity...
I don't like familiarity.
It's not good. I think I really like the example you use, because I wouldn't talk to my CEO like that, because we're not familiar. Because you pay my salary, and actually, even if there's a conflict...
I'll fire you.
I will think twice before how I adjust that conflict.
Yes.
In fact, I will think 10 times...
Exactly.
...before I adjust that conflict, because it's like... Well, you pay my salary. And also, because I don't know you that much, I actually give you that respect because you're a human being. Do you understand what I mean? And also, I understand that situations will only get tense if I want to escalate it. And I think because we're so familiar with our family and with our parents, brothers and sisters, things get too tense too quickly because we're too familiar. We just don't give ourselves that respect that we each deserve, if that makes sense. Because if this was another friend outside, if this was a CEO, I would be a lot more calmer in my approach. I would be a lot more softer in my tone.
Professional
in my tone.
Yep.
And I even realize that sometimes, because we take our parents as our parents and not even just human beings, we don't think twice, we don't think 3 times, we don't think 4 times before we approach certain scenarios. It may not even be, it's like, say your parents are really strict and it's about, for example, say you're still really young, I want to go out with my friends. You just want to go and ask your Nigerian or your Malaysian parents anyhow. good luck. They'll say in the house. But if you take time to think twice, to think 3 times, to think about how do I approach this? How do I present this to my parents?
Yes.
Things will be a lot different.
Oh
and
my
the
goodness.
outcome may be a lot different. But the only way you can do that is if you stop this familiar view of it's just my parents. It's not just my parents. It's not just my strict parents. Do you understand what I mean? So I think familiarity has a big part to play. How does someone in their mid-20s, early 20s maneuver strict values and traditions? So say, because obviously we've spoken about early life in terms of what you can do maybe earlier on, but now you're an adult. Now you have agency over your life. Maybe you've gone to university, you've come back. Do you understand what I mean?
Yeah.
And now you're back in these strict values that you realize I don't want to live my life in this way, because when you get to that age, you're starting to also open your eyes to how you want to live your life. Do you understand what I mean?
Okay.
And the things that don't sit well with you.
Yes.
How do we maneuver that?
Let's say you are my parent and I'm the child.
Okay, so this is what you would do in this
Yes.
scenario. Okay, so you would sit, you would have a conversation.
I would have a conversation.
Okay,
I'll take them out.
okay. So you're saying you need to come curious. So open up the conversation first of all.
Yeah.
Open up the conversation. Actually, be an adult and create a platform for conversation first.
Hear
And
what they
then
have to say.
within that conversation, actually try to understand where they're coming
Where they're
from.
coming from.
Rather than first, because one thing I know I've done in the past is make assumptions about where they're coming from. Do you understand what I mean?
That's not good.
Which isn't going to help the situation.
Absolutely
Isn't
not.
going to help the situation in your head. By the way, this is us assuming she has reasonable parents. Because we know there are many humans out there who have children who are not reasonable.
We'll get there.
We will get there. I promise you they will not go off the hook. I will discipline them before we leave today. But this is saying that you have level-headed.
Yes, we get there.
This is assuming you have level-headed parents. So you're saying create a platform for conversation.
To understand.
And start with curiosity.
Yes.
Start with, I want to understand why you guys have these traditions and what they mean to you. Why is it important that I don't travel with my friends, for example? Because we know that's maybe a big thing many Nigerian
Because if you
households.
trust the way you build me up, or you trust the way you've let me grow under your wings, you should be able to trust me enough to apply what you've taught me. Dad was from Nigeria. You would have never met Dad if you actually stick in Nigeria.
Yes.
You see where you're going through.
Yeah.
Like you're literally making them understand.
Yeah.
This. Like, Mom, you're Malaysian. How would you have met Dad if you were stuck in Malaysia? So it's a thing where.
And in fact, you ran away from your parents' home.
You left
Rubbish.
entirely your place.
You left. Yeah, you left at an early age.
Exactly.
Don't say it like that, but let them know. You two, you left.
Exactly.
You even done worse than me. Rubbish.
Another planet. Another entire planet.
A whole continent.
Yes.
You want to go and marry a
Yes.
Nigerian. In fact, put your mum on the hot seat right now. Because I surely know her mum didn't want her to marry her dad. What? That's so
From
true.
a different planet.
Put your mum, because a lot of Asians, they don't take very nicely to black people.
Yes.
Honestly, that's something we know. And it's even the same from Nigerians. Asian? Where are you
But
going?
you know, Asian.
What are you looking for?
Nigerians, they are very flexible. They've married
Not
all
as
continents.
much.
No,
I
Sam.
think they're strict as well.
No.
A lot of them want you to marry in Nigeria or Africa at least.
No.
Are you sure?
There is nowhere you will not see a Nigerian, bro.
That is true though. That is true.
We are everywhere.
That is
I
true.
think that's the way I would go about it.
No, I hear you. You're saying, I think what you're saying is, actually, I think you're actually speaking to a very bigger point. That I think when we get to around 18, 17, and actually if you can start practicing way before you get to that age, to start having more conversations with our parents.
Absolutely.
And having more conversations about the things that we do not understand.
Yeah.
We do know, especially in these specific cultures, some parents are very reasonable. There's no space for conversation. And actually that's a lot
why as
of
a
the
parent-
case in many homes.
Yes.
That's a lot of the case in many homes.
This is where a lot of parents are lacking. They never
Lacking.
had that chance.
You will lose your child.
to speak with.
Send
That's
this to
why.
in fact, be cheeky and send this to your mum and dad right now. You will lose me if you continue misbehaving. Yeah?
And some parents don't mind losing their children.
Can you imagine? Rubbish. Send it to them. You will lose me. Continue misbehaving about you want me to stick with all your traditions. Stop it right now. I'm a big boy. I'm a big girl. Some of you, you'll get in trouble. In fact, your mother will slap you if you send this to them.
Sam,
So
I'm not doing that here.
Walk with precaution. Send it to
Guys,
them.
be conscious. Be
And
conscious.
you will
Be
lose
conscious.
me. And that's the issue. You will lose your children if you're not able to come to their level and understand where they're coming from.
Yeah.
They will either... The thing is, your child may physically be there, and I'm talking about adult children and young children.
I love what
but
you
your
just said.
child may be gone, lying to you, being dishonest to you, doing the maddest stuff behind your back because you as a parent have not been able to establish trust with your child.
love
That
what
is
you just
your
said.
shortcoming. And I think a lot of parents need to be more honest about themselves about, do I want to lose my child?
And losing your child is not about them walking out.
No,
and going.
it's not. It's not.
Losing your child is
Mentally, your
way
child-
more than
Do you know what it is? It's a trusting. Your child does not trust you. That is simply it. Your child
They mentally
does
zone out.
not trust you. And if your child does not trust you, you have lost your child. Which means any form of influence that you wanted to have on that child, it's just going to the ground. Any form of parental guidance that you now wanted to give to your child because of your bad parenting, it's now going in the bin. Because you never established trust with your child in the first place.
Yes.
And what I mean by trust is giving your child the platform to push back honestly in a place where before they even reach rebelliousness. Giving your child a chance a platform to question why you may be giving certain instructions, to question why you may be saying things in a certain way, opening up that space of curiosity. And I'm so sorry, Nigerian and strict parents need to hear that. We've spoken about reasonable parents, and I think with reasonable parents, it's about opening up conversation from a young age, building trust, and also understanding that your parents are human beings, and they come from certain traditions. And what you need to do as an adult child, or even as a younger child, is open up those conversations, understand where those traditions are coming from, understand where their fears and anxieties are coming from, and really unpack things with your parents and slowly push the envelope and push back on, mum and dad, I actually just don't agree with this. And I think this is the reason why I don't agree with it, and this is why you can trust me to make certain decisions. However,
You have to stretch a nigga.
the sound of your parents, they don't sound reasonable to me. I'll take off my glasses.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How did you know?
They don't sound reasonable to me. Because why's that man hitting you? I'm only being nice because that's your father. That's your dad. Let me. Her parents are not reasonable. How do you maneuver unreasonable, horrible parents? I'm not saying your parents are horrible, baby. I'm just saying we're now in that category of unreasonable, horrible parents that don't love their children, or parents that you just can't level them. You know, there's some traditional parents that that's just all they know, and no one is budging them. I do think, and I mentioned this earlier, guys, softening people is a skill. It's a very, very important skill. Using wisdom to maneuver, understanding someone enough that will make them come and think like you is not impossible. It's negotiation, it is psychology, it is something you can learn.
Yep.
No matter how stiff and how hard someone is, if you humble yourself enough, I'm not saying this is what you should take or apply, I'm just saying it's just something else you can consider.
Yes.
If you humble yourself enough to understand, how do I weaken this person? I'm not talking about evil weaken. I'm talking about everyone has a soft spot.
Yes.
Everyone has a thing.
You just get that point now.
Everyone has a way you can turn them into jelly. Trust me. No, everyone's a human being. Unless they're psychotic, that's a whole different category. But majority of human beings, there's a way you can soften. There's a way that you can humble yourself enough to understand them, to say, how do I present this thing to this person that will make them understand and come to my understanding?
Yeah.
That is a skill that I think it will take you so far in life with people. It's not even just with parents. It's the gift of communication, the power and the ability that someone will agree with you without even realizing they even didn't agree with you in the first place.
Yep.
I didn't start really enjoying working with people at work until I started making them my paddies. I'm talking about my
God bless you.
I'm talking about my leaders and my managers.
Yes.
I am enjoying at work.
Yes.
When it comes to asking for time off, when it comes to leaving work early, when it comes to working flexibly, I didn't have that luxury until I made them. Because I used to see my managers as these scary, big people that I can't relate to as friends and my mates.
Yes.
But it wasn't until I started I know you. I understand you.
Yep.
I started asking them about Who are you dating? Who are your kids? But obviously it started gradually. You start with you just take an interest in their life. Care enough to understand your enemies and you will overcome them. I have...
Osam be genius.
I have...
Unlock.
I have goosebumps.
Unlock.
What did I just say?
Unlock.
Whoa!
Unlock.
Care enough
Yes.
to understand your enemies and you will overcome...
They are finished.
Jesus!
Bars on bars.
That's a bar!
Bars on bars, bro.
That's a
Bars
bar!
on bars. I'm telling you.
Whoa!
And that's the thing. People don't have patience to understand their
No,
enemy.
because you're just full of hatred. You're angry.
Why
You
would
can't
you?
see past your anger. They did me dirty.
Yes.
And you're too angry enough to have wisdom to know how you can overcome them.
Well, I mean. To
not even do them back, to recruit them into your camp. That they start serving you.
You even be paying them.
Jesus! Do you see why anger is a female dog, a bitch, if you will?
Yes.
It blinds us.
Yes. You know, like...
Oh my God!
Which is why, for
When
me
the
personally,
answer is right in front of you, your answer is probably in your enemy.
All along.
If you're able to unlock it, you have said this before.
I've said this before.
You have.
You have. Bro, this is why
You have said it before.
I cannot be anybody's enemy.
I'm remembering now.
I cannot be anybody's enemy,
in fact,
bro.
you used to say it all the time. I make my enemies my friends because I understand them enough that that's when I will conquer them. They won't realize when they start serving
the key to
me.
what I need might actually be in their hand. But I cannot approach them to get that.
Because you've been frustrated.
Because I've been frustrated.
Oh my God!
Like,
Wait, why did you have that natural wisdom? I don't understand.
No, it's not natural
Was it something you learned?
No. I was born with it.
Wow.
Yes. Life is not difficult. We make
Because
it
the
difficult.
answer's there.
It's there.
It's in front of you.
Right
But you're
there,
too
right
mad.
there,
All you see is an enemy. All you see is death. All you see is blood. All you see is I want to conquer you and kill you.
What you see is what you get.
Jesus.
If you see an enemy, that's what you
get. If you see an accomplice, you will find a way to see an accomplice.
If you see your family as a wall in front of you, like that giant.
Yeah, that's what you'll get. Because that's the energy you'll put out.
That's the energy you'll get. Let's just go back to unreasonable parent. Let's say the parents are unreasonable. I will say that there is always that one person that your parents listen to.
Okay, yeah.
I want you to go and speak with them. And if by any chance you speak to them and they still cannot understand me, I'm gonna be honest, I'm out.
That's good.
Straight up.
That's good. And that's when I want to come to. I want to come to the last resort. I think, as you said, let's do everything we can to try and get this into their heads. Whether it's normal conversation, because I think there's a few things we've mentioned. We've mentioned just putting it on a table, having normal conversation.
Yeah.
We've also mentioned understanding them enough to soften them up, to actually get them to a place where they believe what you believe and they actually come on board with your plan. And I think you're mentioning a third thing now is, who do they listen to? If they don't listen to me, who do they listen to?
Yes.
Great.
Yes.
I love that. I think we've mentioned 3 great things. Last. Yeah? It's time to show your parents Pepe. If after all of those efforts...
after all of this, just move.
After all of those efforts, it is time you take agency as an adult. And this is where certain families, that's the point it has to get to. Because we've heard of mad stuff. And we know of certain parents.
Yeah. I've heard.
Where you're meant... And in fact, this is when we'll move to the beating. Let me read this part again. Let's unpack this beating. Because you even asked a very important question. What did you do that they beat you? Please do. Why are you beating a 23-year-old woman? What the heck?
20 times.
What the heck? Recently, something happened that completely changed everything for me. My dad raised his hand to hit me. The way she describes it, it's as if he's never done that before.
Yeah.
Which is scary. Because why did you wait until I'm an adult woman before you started beating me? How dare you? How dare you? And you've never raised your hand to beat me before. In my adult life alone.
But that's the thing, though. That means he has been beaten her then.
Maybe
in a younger youth that it was the case. But maybe when she's saying that when she got into her adulthood, maybe there was a phase that it wasn't like that.
Okay,
but
maybe.
Then, for some reason, it picked up back again.
Okay, so actually home has become unsafe for her. That's what she's saying. That, okay, they have these traditions where I can't move out, fine. I've tried to push back, they don't want to push. But now he's hitting me. So now home is actually becoming unsafe for me. Because that's what it is. I'm so sorry, I don't care if it's a smack, I don't care if it's a hit, he's assaulting you. You can make her see it from a different perspective, I see it as assault. If my dad was to hit me today, yeah, and say I didn't maybe like provoke it, and says that I didn't swear at him or anything like that, maybe my tone was a little bit rough. Even then, if you were to hit me, that is assault. And I'll make you understand that you assaulted me. I don't care if you're my father, that is assault. That's assault. Maybe someone else online can make me understand. Maybe there's a Nigerian parent who watches us and will make me see it different. Please help me understand, because it's not adding up to me. That's assault. Can't hit me. What the hell? It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make any sense at all. If a different adult was to beat me outside, I'll beat them back, because you want to fight. I don't see you as an uncle. You want to fight me. That's what you want to do. You want us to have a physical fight. That is what you are presenting to me. Actually,
I think that's the part where I don't like.
I can't remain in an environment where I'm constantly in survival mode and walking on eggshells. She's not okay. Seth, she's not okay. What hurt me even more, finally, when I finally decided I wanted to move out for my safety and peace, my mum didn't support me. She sided with my dad, told me to stay, and even tried to convince me that he was remorseful. So he's actually knows he's guilty. He knows what he's doing is wrong. Because he must have probably apologized at some point. Because if mum is saying that, oh, your dad is actually remorseful, she's probably referring to the fact that, oh, he probably apologized. But really, it was just an apology to cover up his wrong. He is guilty. He knows he is wrong. He knows what he's doing is bad. He knows he is harming his daughter. And he knows it is affecting his daughter. Mum knows as well. Which means we have moved into the area of unreasonable, wrong, bad, evil, and scary. I'm scared. I'm so sorry. How are you walking on eggshells in your own house and you're in survival mode? It's time to go. It could also be the issue that they don't see you as an adult.
Oh, yeah.
Like they actually, because that's the thing with a lot of these cultures, that especially mums, they can baby their children up till the age of 30, 40. That's why you find a lot of women who say like their mother-in-laws don't want to leave their son alone because you still think your son is a child. And you want to keep babying your child. So you still see that person as a child. And sometimes those strict values and traditions remain into adulthood because parents are still seeing you as a child. That's why you must show them I'm an adult. And sometimes you must show them in a rough way.
No, you don't need to show them in a rough way that you're an adult.
Fair. So how would you show them in a calm way that you're an adult? Bearing in mind, these are the kind of parents we're dealing with.
If home is not feeling safe and you've communicated with them,
and you're a big girl,
and you've done what you can to communicate with them, I think it would be wrong for me to say that. Stay there.
You have to go.
It's just like a woman that is married and they're beating her in the house.
Yeah, exactly.
No parent will want any man to be beating their children under in the name.
Do you reckon she's had that conversation of like, why are you beating me? Why are you hitting me? Because surely if her dad hits her, she's cried in front of her dad, and you still went back and to hit her when you saw your daughter crying after you hit her. Or maybe you don't cry. If you don't cry, start crying. So he knows. I beg. Maybe you two are doing tough things. So we actually shouldn't be laughing. This is actually a crazy situation to me, I feel.
What she can do is to speak to somebody her dad listens to.
Oh, please.
And if that doesn't work,
she could even speak to mom.
Move out.
Yeah, I really hope
one thing I know is move out. And to be honest, one thing is if you move out, right? Sometimes I've realized that separation makes them realize what they are missing or what they lose.
True.
Sometimes if you're still staying under a roof of somebody, and the person is beating you, they will never understand what they're doing is wrong. Until when you actually step out. My thing is, it's so important to understand why you want to move out. You just don't move out without no plan. Make sure you have plan. Make sure you have money to sustain yourself. Make sure you have the means to survive out there. Because
And when you say money, I'm guessing you mean savings, but then also a regular income.
Yes.
So, like, say, for example, you do lose a job in this horrible economy, at least you have savings to back yourself up until you find a job.
Exactly. Because that is so important. Because at the end of the day, why would you move out and you're still calling your mom to beg for money?
Yeah, it's
not
a good look.
It doesn't look, because in that itself, I will not trust that child.
Yeah.
Because you don't want to move out and then calling me at home, Mom, can I get £50 there?
Yeah.
Bro, it doesn't make no sense.
I hate you.
Or Mom, can I have Mom, my light? They've taken off my light. Give me £20. I just want to charge my gas, or I want to charge my electricity.
Yes.
No, man.
Yeah, I mean, as you said, it's about planning. Even stuff like that. There are different ways you can move out. You can move into a shared accommodation. And that means rent is easier.
Yep.
You can also move out on your own.
You don't need to prove anything to anybody.
You don't. Like, even moving out and renting your own place, your own, guys, especially if you live in London, it's expensive. Which means you need to have a plan. That's not just something you do.
You just don't do it.
You need to have a plan.
Just don't. That's why, even for her, even moving forward, the thing, even if she's going to move her, she shouldn't move her into the hand of the wrong people in the first place. That's why it's so important to have a plan.
Yeah. Because
that can make her as vulnerable as possible.
Yeah.
Because that beating, the another guy might come in a form of a way that, oh, so your dad beat you. Oh, let me come and rest on my shoulder. Rest on my shoulder. And he will use that as a tactic. So she has to even be more careful, because that can be used either in a good way or in a bad way.
I think she's definitely going through a lot. And I think I want to say therapy, but even when we move to the point of therapy, I think she has to do a work from coming from this kind of situation of really understanding that she is valuable. And also, I think these kind of strict rules where you can't do certain things with a man, it can make you hyper dependent on a man, or like really focus on like finding a man, if that makes sense.
Yeah, and you find the wrong one.
And you might find the wrong one, and I think you need to understand that you are capable on your own, because all of these traditional values sound like misogyny to me. It just sounds like a woman shouldn't be able to do anything without a man. And a lot of women grow up with those beliefs, and it limits them. And baby girl, you have so much life ahead of you to live.
Yes.
And you are an independent woman, which, yes, hopefully by the grace of God, you will find a man who will love you and cherish you. But before that, you are a virtuous and valuable woman who has so much to give, who has so much of life to explore.
She's so beautiful.
She's wonderful. She's beautiful.
That combination alone, I don't know what you look like, but I can tell.
Absolutely
even
beautiful.
By what you write, girl,
you can travel. You have agency and freedom over your life to explore this world.
Yes.
There is so much inside of you that it is through certain people and certain experiences that will unlock those certain things to become the best version of yourself. So those are the things that you need to start preaching to yourself, that makes you kind of come away from those old ways that you have been brought up, to help you free yourself and even make you feel less guilty about the choices and the decision that you are about to make. Because I know that I know what she mentioned is that all of this made me realize that I need to move out for my well-being, but I'm terrified about how to tell them. I know they will be deeply upset, maybe even offended, and possibly react in a way that make me feel guilty. I think before you go and have this conversation with them, there was something you said, that before we have certain conversations with our parents, we must know what we want and who we are first.
Yeah.
So we don't go there confused.
Yeah.
Because it is through that confusion that they'll be able to manipulate us or make us even question our beliefs.
Yeah.
So you cannot go to that conversation confused. First of all, you must bin all those beliefs that you were raised to, that you don't believe for yourself now. I am an independent woman. I can do this by myself. I can travel by myself. A man doesn't make me, but a man can complement me. These are the truths that you need to start making yourself re-believe and trashing the ones that your parents raised you with. And you must be so sure and so confident in them. Please work on yourself first. It doesn't even have to be a month. It could be a week, to really affirm yourself that this is what I want for my life.
Beautiful.
This is what I do not deserve this. What situation will you ever stay in that a man can beat you? Is it because it's your dad?
If any man beats you, let me know.
You are settling. And even when it comes to our family, we cannot settle.
See.
Which means in this situation, I will not settle, Dad. You cannot beat me. If you beat me, I move. And in fact, because you beat me, I'm moving. Not even if you beat me. Because you beat me, I'm out. Let them know. Because they must understand it. They cannot repeat such a mistake again.
Yes.
I'm out. And in fact, well, this depends on you. You won't hear from me again, and I will thrive. You too, before you go, make sure that when you leave, you will thrive. And you will. Now that we know about the situation, the only thing I profess is that you will thrive. Well,
Yes.
there's nothing else you can do. You must thrive.
You mount upon wings as
You
eagles.
must thrive.
Yes. See, no, if whatever decision you're gonna make in life, right, and it's coming from somebody doing something, just make sure you swore.
Yeah.
Like you.
Yeah. Show them that.
Flip.
No, you can.
Nah,
you
you have to fly.
Because what it sounds like, you are a grown woman now. And let me tell you the truth. It sounds like your parents are holding you back. Wherever it comes from, whether it comes from love, whether it comes from fear, either way, the consequences, they are holding her back. That is simply it. Which means now you must take action. It doesn't mean it has to be disrespectful. It doesn't, and I think that's how we overcome these anxieties. We have to look at the facts. Because I really want to start answering the question now is, how and when should I tell my Nigerian parents that I'm moving out? And how do I frame it in a way that is respectful and still firm about my decision? You must ensure that you are confident about your choice and why you are making that choice. So you can respectfully, and because it's not about fighting. It is about knowing what you know and knowing the truth and calmly communicating that to your parents and following up on it. Don't have that conversation until you're ready to move out the next day. That's what I will say. Have it planned. Have the move out planned. Have the place rented and tell them, Mum and Dad, I'm going. Because if a day or a week or a month or 2 months pass after that conversation, they won't take you seriously. It's when that manipulation will take place. Have it planned. Start planning yourself now. That's what I will say. Do you think we answered the question?
I believe so. I mean, if we didn't answer the question,
DM us.
DM us,
email us. And also, we're not experts. Like, we also do this for fun. We do it as a way to just, you know how you would gather with friends and gist with your girls? Or
we are
just with
gisting
your
you.
So, of course, if you need to seek out genuine professional advice, please do. Even if you have a spiritual leader that isn't your mum or dad, please go and speak to them. If you have a therapist, definitely go and speak to them. Even if you need social help from social services, or even if it's as tough as involving civil enforcers who are like police, because we don't know the situation exactly, then do that. You know your situation the best out of all of us. But again, this is a very casual and chill environment. So everything that we're saying may not necessarily apply. Please genuinely seek out help from people who can really, really, really help you in your life.
Yeah.
And I would say that as well, like really tap into your inner circle in this stage in your life. It's very, very important. Don't keep things to yourself. I hope love,
we're able to help.
We were able to cover some things and help you with a little bit. But even if it's one thing that you can take, I'm so happy and I'm so grateful that you shared this with us. And I hope we did it justice. Guys, in the comment section, if there is anything we missed from this scenario, jump into the conversation. Who are we?
Yeah,
We're just speaking from experience and what we know. You could know so much more. And even you may have faced the situation yourself. Jump in that comment section and advise our good sis.
Yeah.
Advise our good sis,
She's
please.
so amazing.
She needs it. Let's come together and get her out of this situation and rule the world.
Yes.
Don't know where that came from.
Yes, why not?
But please jump in that comment section. If we missed anything, if you disagreed with anything, let us know. This is a community. We're brothers and sisters. Let's talk.
Yes.
And let's get to the bottom of it.
That's why we are all for each other anyway.
We are. Yes. My love, I hope you enjoyed this episode. And I hope the wider audience enjoyed this episode as well.
Yep.
But I think we're going to call it a day.
Yes, we should.
And say goodbye to you guys.
This
has been really fun.
It's been fun.
I've really enjoyed this conversation.
Absolutely.
And I hope you guys have enjoyed this conversation.
And I hope this is helpful for you as well. I hope it answers your questions.
Yes.
I hope that even if anyone else is going through the same thing, I hope this is going to, pretty much help in one way or the other.
Yeah.
And if it does help you in one way or the other, let us know as well. I mean, what is family for?
Yes.
Let us know in the comment section, or if you want, DM Sam. And he will check it. Don't worry, he will check it. He has no choice.
And give us an update. Like, if you actually take any of this advice or
Yes.
other advice, give us an update. Let us know what's going on.
Give us an update.
I'd be so interested.
Yeah, I would.
I'd be so interested.
I want to see the outcome. I really want to see the outcome of this. Really, to be honest.
We love you guys.
We love you.
To the beautiful Nigerian Malaysian lady that wrote in, we love you.
We love you.
Thank you so much for riding with us. And for those of you guys who are new here as well, thank you so much for riding with us.
Yes.
And for sticking with this episode. We appreciate you guys. And we wish you the best, most wonderful month because it's the beginning of Feb. Have a beautiful, beautiful month. Look after yourself. And take care of yourself.
Yes.
Please don't forget to share this episode with someone you love. And don't forget to also give it a like on YouTube. Also, if you're on Spotify, please put a comment and give us a 5-star review.
Yep.
Take care of yourself, guys.
Take care, guys.
Speak soon.
Speak to you soon.
Bye.